I could not fix my hair. It was just stuck as a. I hate, I hate that so much. It's just stuck like that, just like popped up, like I have some sort of head tumor. Just walking around, you know how I be. Oh oh, let's see. Oh, okay, okay, man. YouTube can be depressive. I was watching like some crazy depressive videos. Oh my. Like once you watch one video, it recommends another and you're like, "Okay, let's check this one out." And the genre that I was going through, like I'm 31 and I haven't had a girlfriend. Um that that type of genre. There's so many. There's there's actually so many. And the ones that I saw were the ones with the most views. So there's way too many that don't have any views too. It's also like I will admit some of them don't look particularly charming. I'll just be blunt. Some of them, in my opinion, look on the uglier side. But it's just how they keep themselves. Like even just shaving your, you know, neck beard and I don't know, actually grooming yourself and taking care of yourself. No, more just grooming yourself. Grooming yourself. Sure, you could go to the gym. I mean, if you're overweight, I guess you could go to the gym and that would help for sure. I believe that. But then there's also something to be said where if you want to find the girl that's right for you, maybe you shouldn't change who you are. But okay, actually I take that back. I think grooming is part of it's kind of different because like sure you could I'm sure there's girls who are into ungroomed guys who just have neck beards and like massive chin beards, but even like that's not a personality. That's just how you present yourself to the world. And you should present the most presentable version of yourself. I'm just going to be honest. You know, I was thinking about this the other day. I remember reading it's funny, I have this account on Instagram that I follow that posts these daily facts or whatever. And I came across it one day. I was like scrolling my feed and it said something like body odor was originally considered normal. And it was only until, yeah, no, sorry. Not only was it considered normal, it was considered masculine. And it was just like the short little, that's basically all it said. And recently I thought a lot about it. Like the fact that we shower, the fact that we clean ourselves to smell good. Not only smell like nothing, we want to smell good. We have all these scented products and colognes too. I mean, I'm a victim of that. I love clones, but I think that's like a little unrelated. Basically, what I was saying though, I researched it more, and it is the case that originally it was considered masculine to have body odor, and you wouldn't even, or males wouldn't even. I think this is the case for females as well. They wouldn't even have, um, like obviously no deodorant, but no soap for showers. Isn't that wild? Like what you and I've okay. This is gonna. I don't know if I've mentioned this. I might have mentioned this, but I've tried. What's it called? No shampoo. Whatever the trend is called, where it's no shampoo and no soap. Yeah, you just raw dog the shower, and like it doesn't work. It doesn't remove all the odor. In the sense that's what I mean by it doesn't work. Like you still smell bad after the shower. And I think I tried it for a month. Yeah, it must have been a month. And what ended up happening is I tried to shower more frequently, but it never actually it barely removed the scent. And you can still smell. You could say that my nose adapted and I actually smelled even worse, but I don't think that was the case because I could tell like before and after I showered immediately the difference. I also asked my roommate specifically to tell me if I smelled bad because I told him about this experiment that I was going through. Okay, but also I was thinking there were some flaws with my experiment because I did that with in a region with hard water. So I'm not entirely sure if the water was filtered well and if the water was filtered properly. If it was in a region without hard water, perhaps there'd be a different outcome. Perhaps I'd have different results. Maybe. I guess we'll see. Yeah, I see the thing is I want to try it again, but I don't want to smell bad. Okay, now going back to the point, I guess my little segment where I was talking about how smelling bad, like body odor, is now considered bad. And that's actually a result of how successful these advertisements were. Oh my. It's getting spammed. So think about it. We originally considered, we didn't even, deodorant didn't even exist. We considered body odor masculine, like not bad. And then all of a sudden, there's this immediate shift where it's like, okay, not immediate, but there's a very sudden shift where we now consider body odor bad. Not even masculine, just purely bad. And um showering, like being completely clean and smelling good. Um being completely clean in the sense that there's no body odor left on you is what's desirable, is what's successful, um is what's needed, or is what was needed to be successful. That's what the original portrayal was. And then as time progressed, now we see it as baseline clean, like at baseline hygienic. Like you at least have to shower every I mean, some people consider it every day, but I'd say, I don't know, every other day, every few days. It really depends on your physical activity, I guess, how bad you smell. Yeah. Man, Asians have it so good. Asians have, at least from what I've heard. No, no, it's true. It's true for sure. They have this missing gene. Yeah, I think they're missing a gene which causes body odor. So their body odor, it doesn't actually smell bad. It just, I think it's like a neutral scent. Like you can, I think you can tell. It's like, what's the word? Musty. I think it's musty, but it doesn't smell bad. Wild. Good for Asians. And okay, another thing, if you think about it, like when you smell body odor, it doesn't actually, like if you really, really think about it, it doesn't actually smell bad. You've just conditioned yourself to make it so that you think it smells bad. It's wild. Like I've tried this too. I mean, okay, you can't really try it on yourself, but you should uh I'm not telling you. No, man. Okay, you can't really. Okay, if you happen to be in the situation that there is somebody with with body odor, consider that it doesn't actually smell bad, and it's actually body odor, neither bad nor good, just masculine. Even if you consider it just masculine, you actually realize that that makes sense. Bit wild, yeah. It kind of blew my mind the first time I encountered that. Man, advertisements are so powerful. I think yesterday I was learning that it was originally blue. Blue was for girls and seen as feminine, for babies being born, and pink was seen as masculine and for baby boys. And then in the 1920s, 1940s, it shifted. It switched. And guess why? It's because of advertisements. I swear, advertisements earlier on were just so powerful. And then now that we know what ads actually are, we don't take too much stock into it. They definitely influence our perception of things, though. I just saw, I think yesterday, Alex Eubank is going on steroids now. And I don't have a picture of Alex Eubank, but you could probably just search him up. He's crazy. Like his physique is insane. I think that's probably my ideal, around my ideal physique. Yeah, I think so. Maybe, I guess you could always wish for more, but the fact that he's so lean and he has an insane chest, just everything, and he's natural. Like I'd be okay with that. I'd be like, you know what? If this is my natural limit, I'll take it. But no, he's got to go on steroids. Like that's so. That just shows you how much media has influenced people. Where they feel the need, especially influencers, you have to go on steroids now. Gym influencers, you have to go on steroids if you want to compete with the competition because you're not going to get views. You're going to be seen like everyone's going to believe that you're natty. Like Jeff Nippert, I think he's talked about this too. Jeff Nippert is the ideal the guy that I watched for all my science videos on working out that I still sometimes watch. And what I was going to say was he mentioned I believe he mentioned that he was originally seen as a fake natty. Nobody could believe that he was actually natural. And then nowadays, no, everyone believes he's a natural. Like obviously he doesn't take steroids. Yeah, all naturals would look like that. Like, and even to the extent where it's like, oh, you just look like that though. You could attain so much more. Um, like you know what I mean? I didn't really phrase it well, but I don't even know how to phrase it. Where it's like, yeah, obviously you're natural because we could see you can gain so much more. You're missing so much. You're so far away from your natural limit. That's I think that's how I wanted to phrase it. Man, social media's killing people. I really hope Jeff Nipper doesn't go on steroids. I don't think there's no reason anybody should be going on steroids. Bodybuilding competitions are so stupid. Like you have one guy rate how good another guy's body is just based off of visible muscles. Like what a stupid sport. Like the whole idea behind that was for you to attract girls, right? Like, okay, I'm speaking on an evolutionary biologist perspective where you would want like you'd want to be portrayed as the most dominant male. That's why you're doing it. And now you're just like there's another there are no girls in the scene anymore. You're past that. It's only guys that are looking at your physique. Like what has it come to? You really want to pursue that? Like what's the man, if that's honestly your hobby, I don't know. Like why would you subject yourself to that? And it's not even like you're not that'd be awful. You're never content with your physique because people are always going to be rating it. It's always externalized. Your happiness is always your accomplishments are always externalized based off of what this person and not only that, they're out of your control because half of it is genetic. Or okay, maybe I'm coping, but a large portion is genetic. Where even if I take all these steroids, even if I perform, even if I go to the gym all every single day, or like with the one rest day, the mandatory rest day, you're still gonna be like half as good as these, not even half as good as these world champions, like a quarter, if that. You know? With that being said, guys, I'm taking steroids. Kind of curious now what I'd look like if I took steroids. I don't think I'd look at all like I would take steroids, like I took steroids. I think I'd look like literally average, which is so stupid. Oh, but I don't. I was gonna say I don't put too much stock in how I look, but I started the video off with patting my hair down and making sure I look. So I do put a fair amount of stock in how I look, but I try not to. I And the same with other people. Like I try not to judge people off of how they look. I mean, that's kind of that should be what everyone does. One of my friends, this was a while ago, but he said that he wouldn't be friends with someone who's ugly. I'm like, wow. You're missing out though. What if this guy has an incredible sense of humor? In fact, if he's ugly, I this I heard from Chris Williamson, a podcaster that I really enjoy listening to. If you were offered the choice between hiring the ugly secretary or the pretty secretary, which would you hire? Usually people would answer pretty, the pretty secretary. But you don't actually want the pretty secretary. You want the ugly secretary. Because to get to the same position, assuming they had the same qualifications, everything was the same. The fact that she was able to overcome her ugliness, she was able to get to the same position that this pretty girl got to, shows that she has way more in stock than this pretty girl. So this pretty girl would, like, a lot of it, the position, a lot of what she got was based off of her looks. So she's overvalued, I guess. But this ugly girl, she's undervalued. She's crazy undervalued. So you gotta snatch her up. Gotta take that ugly secretary every day. I don't, yeah, I don't think that sounded right. But